There we go. All right, perfect. Once again, so we're here to learn about the Trendwave and Killshot AI. If you're new, don't forget to always go through the training here in the Forex Academy beginner. If you know nothing about trading, even if you have some experience, I would still go back to it. In the intermediate, if you know a little bit about trading, you know the basic terminology, but now you want to learn how to trade. And if you know how to trade, but you're like, you know what, I want to get better at it, it would be this one right here. And then what we're talking about though is the scanners. And the scanners is really good for while you're learning how to trade for yourself from those videos. You can start potentially making money off of these because basically it does all the work for you. And we have a very simple system, very simple strategy that we basically look for to take these trades. And the ones that we use are Trendwave, this purple one, and Killshot, this red one right here. And highly recommend you learning about the scanners right here, learn how to use the scanners, and then you just click on Trendwave, you click on Killshot. It will go over all the different symbols and how to properly use the different AIs and whatnot. Obviously, we have all the other scanners as well, but the one that we're going to learn about is Trendwave and Killshot. Feel free to learn about the other ones as well. The more you know, more power to you. I just basically I would suggest that you find a single AI and stick to it because having like too much is also bad. So you don't want to like be all over the place. You want to focus in on one. Once you master that, then you can learn the next one. Once you master that, then you can add, you know what I'm saying? Drop a 111 if we understand that. Not to, you know, not to do overboard, not to go overboard with what we're learning. All right. So the way that we use Trendwave and Killshot, Trendwave is where we find our traits, right? So that is where we know we're going in for sell or buy. This is great for a beginner because you don't need to know nothing about it. All you need to know is, am I pushing buy? Am I pushing sell? And the way that you know that is with the exit being below the entry, or if the exits are above the entry, we'd be going in for a buy. Pretty simple, right? So that is where we find the trade. Do we go in for sell? Do we go in for a buy? Killshot, on the other hand, is where you would learn or not learn, sorry, where you would know whether it is actually a good time to go in for buy or sell. So for this particular example, with US 30, we're still in that right now. It is still a good time to sell. Not now. Please don't press sell if you're a beginner. You already missed it. But anyway, it's still saying that it's a good time to go in because it's all red. And what we're looking for on Killshot is for these first six to be red. These first six right here, this box right there. If the other ones are red as well, that's perfectly fine. It's a stronger indication, but what I have found is that if all of them are red, we're usually too late. The movement already happened. Usually, not always. You can still check, but usually the movement already happened. So we're gonna come over to US 30 just to see if maybe the 5 minutes showed itself something or whatnot. So if you took the trade from last night at midnight, you can see we already passed TP1, almost halfway to TP2. So if you did take this trade, don't forget to bring your stop loss to entry. Anyway, let's look through if anything else is near entry. Nope. All right, that's okay. Let's go to NAS 100. Should be the same. Yep. NAS 100 does correlate with US 30 usually. Nope. Alrighty. So we're gonna go ahead and just go through the different currencies. If you have any questions whatsoever, let me know. And if you do know about the strategy and you know how I operate, you can go ahead and look for yourself as well. And then I will look at it and see whether or not I would take it and explain to you whether or not I would take it. Oh, wait, I didn't go through, did I? Oh, and what I usually do is I start with kill shot because if Trendwave says to go in for a buy or sell, but I come over here and it's not all the same color, I wouldn't even look at Trendwave, so I just start on kill shot anyway. I was wondering why I was over at Ethereum or Trendwave. I was like, why am I over here? I don't do this. All right, so the 30-minute I did see at entry. All right, so what I do first thing I'm looking for on Trendwave, again, this is the purple one. Killshot did confirm that it's a good time to go in for a sell, but we still got to go. Oh, see, it just changed. So it's not sure yet. Anyway, so we're gonna come back over here, change back. Look at that. It's constantly changing. Was 30 minutes actually. So what I'm looking for, right, is for this blue line right here. You see this blue line? Drop a 222 if you see this blue line here. All you beginners there. If the market is at entry. So if this blue line is near this blue zone right here, so this one line right here. So basically, we want it to be at entry. You know what I'm saying? If it's towards exit one, even halfway, you no longer take it. If it's further up towards invalidation and it's a good time to take this trade, it would be an even better time to take the trade. But for beginners, just look for it to be at entry. So it is at entry. It's actually a little bit above entry and a little bit towards the invalidation. So I'm gonna do a quick, oh, oh. But okay. Anyway, sorry, I was doing a little too far there. Now I'm gonna come down, and what I'm looking for is this RSI here. What this RSI is basically just a room. Does anyone know what I'm about to say with the room? Right? I have a bouncy ball. I throw it on the floor. What do you expect to happen when you throw a bouncy ball on the floor? Concrete floor, right? If you throw it on the floor, it goes up. Exactly. If you throw a bouncy ball up against the ceiling, we expect it to come down. It's just like a bouncy, like whoops, like bounce, 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 right? And that's exactly how you can see this RSI. Now, it's not, it's kind of like a sticky ball. You know, those, my son has like this little hand slime. So it's a little like long, um, it's kind of slime. It has a long end and like a hand, and he like throws it and it like gets stuck and it slowly and then comes back. You know what I'm saying? So it's more of that, right? So you throw it up against a wall, it kind of sticks and then it falls down, right? So that's how you can see this. As you can see right now, it is on the floor right now, and you can see it's kind of stuck here, and it's currently doing that slimy, like, bleh, you know what I'm saying? So just because it's on the ceiling or just because it's on the floor does not mean that it's automatically going to go up. It might be stuck in the area for a little bit. So do take note of that, as you can see. Sometimes it does comes down straight away. So if we correlate where it's at the ceiling here to up here, it just goes boof, all the way down. But if we look right here, you can see it's kind of stuck down here. It is kind of stuck down here. Does that make sense? Go ahead and drop a 111 if you see that. And if you understand that the RSI is not a prediction of when you should go in for a buy. Perfect, perfect, perfect. So in this particular case, it is on the ceiling. I mean, sorry, the floor. What could potentially happen for my more advanced ones, you guys know what I'm about to say because we got this yellow resistance over here. We can see some resistance right here, some respect. Basically, for my beginners, it's having a hard time going past a certain area. That's what respect or resistance means. If you look right here, it's having a hard time. If you correlate my, or if you look at my mouse here, you can see when I put this line here, how this never goes below the line that I'm creating right here. See that? It's called respect, resistance, support, whatever you want to call it. Basically, it's respecting the area. It's not going past it, right? So, what could happen, and if you come back to yellow line, actually lines up with it. So what could happen since the RSI is at the bottom, it might come back up to about here. It will probably touch this EMA line, this blue line. I'll zoom in for you phone people, this blue line right here. So what could potentially happen when it goes back up is it comes to about here. So what you can do if you're advanced and you know how to do it, you can go on TradingView, set an alert for about right here. When the alert comes off from TradingView and it sends you push notifications, say, hey, it's crossing, it hit that area. Then you can check kill shot to see if it's a good time to sell. If it is, boom, you have an even better entry. But we're not doing that here today. But you know, this is what I would do if I were trading on my own. Just saying. Okay, so I'm gonna move you guys over here. Let's continue on to Forex now. And if you guys have any questions, please feel free to ask away. Hello? Why is it not changing? Oh, because I'm already on it, right? Yep, exactly. It's so touchy. So touchy. I knew it. Okay. All down. Let's come on over here. Oh, and by the way, I only trade the 15 and 30 minute. Just because the lower the what's it called, the time frame is, the less accurate everything that you see on the screen is. So even resistance and supports and whatnot. That's why I don't trade the 5 minute, and the 1 hour. It just takes too long. I don't like it taking that long. I'm okay with it taking like a couple hours, but I'm not okay waiting like a whole day. AOD CAD. Oh, it does actually. Oh, I got something in my eye. actually does. Let's see. Only thing I'm not liking this resistance right here. There's a lot going on. And you see the crosses over here, so on the R side coming down, right? Zooming on in for you guys. Oh, that's right. I have to go here. See how there's a lot of like boop, 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 boop. Not liking that either. However, this is a good entry. We have the EMA touch. We got the red cloud above. Again, if you don't know what I'm talking about, please, please, please watch the learn how to read the Jifu scanners. Anyway, so it is hitting the EMA. It does have a red cloud above it. It is hitting one of these red lines right here. You guys can see this red line right there. Once again, if you go through the training, it will show you that these red lines basically is indication of the trend line itself that thinks it's a good time to go in for a sell. Similar to this triangle. This triangle is a bigger indicator though than these red lines. So basically what these red lines here mean is that if the market is in this area, it has a tendency to go down. It does not mean it's going to go down. It just has a tendency. Um, so yeah, this is a good trade. You could potentially take it. I'm not going to take it only for the reason that it's already past entry. You know, if it comes back up and it touches, then you could instant execute. Or what you could do is basically do a pending order to entry. So you could, because even here, if you look, it had this market structure, broke it. It is currently testing this area right here. So you could potentially take it. But I would take it as a pending order. So I'm not calling it because I only call instant executions on the man, my brain's not working today. The chat I only put the team chat I only put instant execution. So if you want to, you can put this as a pending. Um, but yeah, so I'll keep this here for a second for anyone who wants to take a pending order. All right, go ahead and take a screenshot. We're gonna go ahead and move on. All right. And ADUSD kill shot. All red. No, I feel like I didn't give it enough justice. Let me go back to this real quick because I didn't explain why it's a good time to take this trade. Pending trade. Okay, so the reason that we took that as a pending trade, right? So we have all red here on kill shot, right? Go back to Trendwave. It was 30-minute. The RSI is in the top half, right? I do expect it to go up a little bit more because it didn't fully cross yet. If you see this green one, I mean, if the green one comes down crossing the red, you can expect it to go down. So for example, you can see right here, you see that little cross right here in the middle. And then if you go up, correlated up, boop, 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 you can see boom, it went down. So once this crosses, it's better, but most likely it will go up a little bit more, and it would be a better entry for you as well to get in at entry here. So does everyone that's new, because this is kind of easy for someone who might know what I'm talking about, but anyone that is new here, do you understand why we took this trade, depending, or when it comes to our strategy? Go ahead and send a 222 if you're new and you understand. If you have questions, you're like, I'm still confused on why we took this trade, let me know. And then we also have this red line here. I'll go over it again, just one more time. So first thing, right? Kill shot. See, and the 15 just turned blue, so it's most likely going to go up to that entry. So if you did pending, most likely it will activate. Anyway, so what it was a few seconds ago, all of it was red, right? These first six are the ones we care about, but we have all of them that were red, so it was an even better indication. So we went back to Trendwave to find our trade. 30-minute is technically at entry. All right, we're just going to say technically right here. So SMA and EMA cross showing a trend reverse. Yes. Yeah. So you see this the one coming down crossing that way. If this line is green, uptrend. If this is red, downtrend. But once again, indications are not predictors of the future. So just because they cross does not mean we can take it. With everything else put into it, though, with the RSI being in the top half, with the EMA being touched by the market, like seeing it's being touched right here, this blue line is being touched. That's another one. We have this red line here saying, hey, whenever the market is in this area, it goes down. We have that one. We have the resistance being broken right here. So boom, right here being broken, retested. So we do have multiple indication that it is a good time to go in for a sell. But like I said, most likely it's gonna go up a little bit before that. Yes, I would go for TP2 here. Yeah, so about right here. Another good way to know so this is more so for advanced if you know how to trade. A good way to know where your TPs are is you just look in the past, right? So not necessarily looking at anything else, not looking at these, not looking at the yellow lines, but looking at the candles themselves, which the red and green like figures here, the candlesticks is what they're called, are what we're looking at, right? That is the candlesticks if you're new. And what you can do, so you entered here, so you go back in time and look at where it stopped the last time it went down, right? So it stopped here. So this is where your exit could be. You could go further down to this one, but that would be, that would be exit three. That would be another trade that you enter, or that would be once you bring everything down, you bring stop loss down to, entry, you bring it down to TP1, TP2, then you can go down to TP3 because it ended here as well. But here's one end, and if you look, this is the last time it ended, and if you go over, wow, look at that. There's exit two. There's the last time it ended. Look at that. There's exit three. So even the trend wave follows this rule of looking back in the future. I mean, sorry, looking back in the past. Back to the future, guys. But yeah, to go back in the past and see where's the last time it stopped, and that is where you put your exit. All right, moving on. USD CHF. Oh my goodness. USD CHF. Does the exit make sense? So that's something that a lot of people don't understand. They just randomly put exits. But you do want to make sure that you look in the past, and this is good. Let's look. Nope. Nope. No, none of these are good. So, Killshot is calling a buy. These are all sells. All right, this is a sell. So these most likely will hit invalidation or not. I mean, it's up there. Who knows? And 5 minutes already at exit one. So had you taken this earlier, about right here, about yeah, but yeah, it's already at exit one. So no, this is not a good one. It would have been good for the 5 minute, but all the other ones, no, not at all. Yeah, even the 1 hour. I don't know. That's weird. Anyway, moving on. USD CAD. Okay, cool. I know sometimes I can be a little confusing. I try to break it down for you guys. Wait, I didn't see that right. 1 minute blue. Yeah. Might or might not be a good one, but I'll still look over it. The 1 minute's changed quickly, so sometimes I still look at it even if the 1 minute is not the same color because it flips quickly. But nope, we don't see nothing there. NZD USD. I wish. Did I take a screenshot? I don't think I did. Mm, no, the diamond just appeared. Diamond's like, no, don't take this trade. I'll save you. That is so funny. Diamond means up, guys, by the way. Diamond means it thinks it's gonna go up. It might not go up far. It might not go up really far, but it's still gonna go up, as you can see here. Diamond, boom, diamond, boom. And here you can see also diamond and it went down. So just because it shows up does not mean it's predicting the future, guys. Uh anyway, GBP USD. Okay, that was something. GBP CAD. Nope. Ooh, Euro USD. I do like Euro USD too. It's one of my more favorite ones. Come on now, 1 hour. There we go. It was all red right there. I forgot I was staring at it for so long. I forgot what I saw. Okay, there we go. All red. Oof. Oh, no. Ah, why you gotta do us like that? Ah, oh, that was such a perfect one to take. We missed it. Oh, no. Well, it might touch the EMA. It might. But, ah, that was a good one. Here too. Look at that. Look at that. Perfect lineup. Darn, we missed it. Dang, we missed it. Look at that. Oh, that would have been right here. Oh, beautiful. Look at that RSI. Look at that. Look at that cross. Even this one is lining up. Oh, this was a perfect, beautiful trade, but we missed it. So we're gonna use this as an example of what we're looking for. Beautiful trade. Oh my goodness. Okay. So we got it at above entry right here. We would have entered here. Please don't take this trade. It is way too late. Right? Our size perfectly lined up. When we see it being above and then it goes down, it means that the sellers are taking over. Basically, like here, there's a lot of buyers. You can see a lot of buyers, a lot of sellers, kind of a lot of buyers, a lot of buyers. Like basically, who takes over, right? Who's taking over? The bears are the bulls, the bears are the bulls. And so not only did it come here, the RSI is lining up. The buyers were losing their traction. The sellers are taking over. It was just like perfect. Is retesting a break. So you have break of structure right here. If you know what that means, the BART break and retest, right? So the what's called the market structure was about right here. You can see it tried to, went back up, couldn't quite do it. Tried to again here, shot back up, couldn't quite do it. Went all the way down, retested it, came back, retested again. It does usually retest twice, by the way. And then finally it shot down with the R side being up here. That's why I like the R side being up at the ceiling or at the floor, because when you look at the first retest right here, the R side is all the way down here. You see that? You see how the R side is all the way down here? But when it retests the second time, the R side is all the way up here. So that's why that is the reason, by the way, you guys see your visual now, why I want the R side to be up at the ceiling and not just somewhere in the middle. That is why. Because I don't want to get kicked out. Because it did hit TP1 right here. Boop. TP1 came back up and it would have kicked us out at entry. You guys see that? Drop a 222 if you see that. Why I tell you guys to wait for the R side to be at the ceiling or at the floor. You guys see that? I'm so glad you guys can see and what my brain sees. That makes me so happy. So yeah, anyway, this was a beautiful trade to take, but alas, we missed it. Sad. Moving on. All right. Eurocat. Look at that RSI. I think we missed it. I'm just gonna call that right now. We missed it. 15. Oh, oh. Okay, my bad. Oh, that's AUD. Never mind. Cat CHF. Nope. If you guys have any questions, please let me know because it's not looking like I'm finding anything today. AUD USD. So this one takes forever to move. Ever. It moves so slow. It takes like 12 hours, dude. Okay. Nope. 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 Of course, of course. Thank you for hopping on and enjoy your call. All right, let's come over here. Let's look at gold. Let's look at gold. Please don't draw on the screen, guys. I don't even know why it gives you guys the option. That's so weird to me. Like, why would it give you guys the option if you're not a host? But oh well. I don't feel the need to block you guys from that. That's no good. Man, not today, huh? Nope. Nope. All right. Well, I am not seeing anything right offhand. Let's look at NAS 100 US 30 one more time because it is near out. Yep, I figured. It's retracing now. Yep. Okay. Yeah, I am not seeing anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and end the call there. Last chance, if you guys have any last questions or see anything that I'm not seeing, please let me know. I could go, you know what? I'm gonna go through. Is gold close today? I have not tried Sniper Pro. No, I only focus on Trendwave and Killshot because it works perfectly fine for me. Now I am gonna start learning the other ones as well, just so I can help my people learn how to use the other ones as well. I don't want them to be stuck with Trendwave and Killshot just because I am. So I will be looking at them. I just haven't yet. Oh, I appreciate that. It makes me really happy because sometimes I feel like I over explain or I make it confusing. So it makes me very happy that it actually works out for you guys. No, I'm gonna go through all of these now. It's Juneteenth today. Oh, that's right. It is. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Well, in that case, we're gonna go ahead and end the call there because most likely we're not gonna find anything else. NAS 100 or was it US 30 US? Yeah, US 31 did well, so I already did good with that one there. I think we are good to go, and I'm gonna see you guys tomorrow and Saturday, guys, go to the LA event. If you don't have your tickets, I don't know if you're still able to buy them, but go to the LA event. I will be there. I will meet all your beautiful faces that are going. So if you're going to LA, go ahead and drop a fire in the chat so I know that I will see you there. We're gonna learn so much. We're gonna be in the room with so many high value people, high money earners and so on. I know some of you guys are also in the same Airbnb as I am. So I'm excited to meet you guys as well. And other than that, if you're not going, you're gonna miss out. But anyway, I will see you guys on Tuesday. Have a great and blessed Juneteenth, sorry, if you're celebrating. And yeah, everyone have a great day, you know? Bye.